stalls. And this is another reason I hate the public restroom, because there's like a bunch of little stalls. They're like little houses that you got to pick which one you're going to live in for the next few minutes, and it's awkward. And I come into a neighborhood, and there's one house, and you make sure nobody's home. You look under the... You walk into the house, and you pick, and there's a door, front door. You open your front door of your little house, and there's a chair, right? Shut your front door, lock your front door, sit on your chair, look out the window. The crack in the bathroom stall window.
I don't.
She's coming into the neighborhood.
I mean, not right now.
Every once in a while, you see somebody coming towards your house, you think they're going to try to break into my house. So you use your natural God-given alarm system to call. But your bathroom speed means back away from the door to his house. Have you ever anybody break in anyway, just open the door? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm looking through the window. I see the main bathroom door open. Remember, I'm going to install the other guys in the wall. After we're going to go to the mall, this is a whole different story. Anyway, the main bathroom door opens and an apple-sized head comes around the door. It's art. Shuts the door, goes quiet, and starts doing this. Remember, big guy, small guy. I think to myself, he's going to play a practical joke on me when I see him. He's not going to get me. I'm going to see him through the window. And I realize he's not coming toward the stall, he's going toward the wall. And I remember the guy who looks like me is at the wall. And busy. I think to myself, I've got to stop him. Then I think, there's no way in the world I'm going to stop him. This is going to be awesome. So I'm watching the action. A little window, almost fell off my chair, but I'm watching the action.
Hey, what are you doing?
He gets right behind this guy. He still doesn't see it's not me. He thinks it's me. He grabs this guy, shakes him, and says, "What in the world do you think you're doing in here?" He turns around and goes,
I think it's him. He's gonna
"You're not my friend." The guy ran. Left a trail we can follow. I'll never use a public restroom again. Are you my embarrassing friend? I have a question for you tonight. Is Jesus yours? I'll tell you something. Listen to me. Is Jesus your embarrassing friend? I believe for the average Christian teenager, Jesus is their most embarrassing friend, because they won't talk about Jesus at school. They won't hang out with him in the cafeteria, so to speak. The average Christian teen doesn't share their faith because the average Christian teen is embarrassed by Jesus. Listen, this is what this conference is about. This conference is about not being embarrassed of Christ, being willing to get uncool for the sake of the name of Jesus Christ. That's what it means to get on. And that's God's holy word. 1 Corinthians 4:10 through 13. You want to be a follower of Christ. Here's what the Apostle Paul writes. We are fools for Christ. We are looked down on. Up to this very hour, we're hungry and thirsty. We're dressed in rags. We're being treated badly. We have no homes. We work hard with our own hands. When others call down a curse on us, we bless them. When we are attacked, we put up with it. When others say bad things about us, we answer kindly. Up to this moment, we become the world's garbage. We are everybody's trash. Listen to me. If you want to be a follower of Christ, if you want to get serious about Jesus, you're going to look down on, you're going to get mocked, you're going to be considered uncool. But that's what it means to get on. To get uncool in the eyes of man, but to get cool in the eyes of God. Listen, that's who God chooses to use, the honored ones. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we're going to talk about this whole weekend. See, throughout the Bible, God has chosen to use those considered uncool for the sake of Christ. In the New Testament, you have people like the Apostle Paul. In the Old Testament, you have people like David. Now, I love the character David in the Old Testament, my favorite Old Testament character, because compared to his older brothers, he was the reject. I'm sure they made fun of him because he was a shepherd, which was the worst job you could have at the time. He had 7 older brothers. Can you imagine having 7 older brothers? You being the youngest one, I'm sure he got wedgies every single day. I'm sure he got mocked and made fun of. Matter of fact, if you look at 1 Samuel 17:28, when David shows up at a battle to see his older brothers, his oldest brother said this, "Why did you come down here? With whom did you leave those few sheep in the desert? I know how conceited you are, how wicked your heart is. You came down only to watch the battle." Doesn't that sound just like a big brother? Some things never change. Listen, David was the unwanted in his own family. And I'm absolutely convinced that they mocked him relentlessly. Why did they do this? Why am I convinced of this? Let me give you one deep theological reason why. Because David played the harp. Now, I'll just tell you something right now. If you play the harp, you ain't cool. You'll never see a weekend called Harp Hero. You just won't. So if you play the harp, just own it. You are uncool like David. Uncool. Own that thing. Not only that, but he sang and he danced. Maybe he was part of the Jerusalem Glee Club. We don't know. We don't know. Whatever the case, I'm sure his older brothers couldn't stop teasing their odd little brother who sang like an angel, danced like a madman, smelled like a sheep. But I'm sure there were times when David's big brothers ganged up on him and he felt like the last one standing in a game of dodgeball.